Alright, let's start. 1. This is not my real hair. 2. My phone's busted. You see it blinking? Can't do anything with it. I smashed it this morning. I literally took it and I went, I'm 26 years old. That doesn't happen. It's not supposed to happen. I'm responsible. I work 3 jobs right now. I'm in college again. But you know, sometimes you reach a point where you just gotta smash it. And it's vibrating in my hand, but I still can't do anything. I can get text messages, I can get phone calls, and I can't answer, or I don't know how to. The lights are on, but nobody's home. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, just to get to the point. But why did I do it? I live on my own. This is a 3-bedroom house I'm renting out for now. But basically, it's a situation where, in my case, I feel like I can't depend on anyone. My mom was completely unavailable today. She's actually unavailable whenever I need her help. That's not to say that my whole family isn't there, but the point is the people close by aren't. Now, this morning, I was going to go skydiving because I've wanted to go since I was 7 years old, right? But I also take care of a 56-year-old autistic woman. She lives with me, and I needed a babysitter. I talked to someone on Thursday. Okay, by the way, for, perspective, today's Sunday. Today's Sunday, right? So on Saturday night, I was calling to verify that everything was good. And I basically get the runaround. I get this vibe like they suddenly don't want to do it, which is fine, but the problem was it kind of escalated pretty fast. And yeah, I lost my babysitter and they lost my help. And we actually both needed each other, but it became more focused on who was right rather than what needed to be done. We'll just leave it at that. So, no skydiving for me and no help for her. So we both lost, and I asked my mom if she could, babysit her next week, babysit her today. Well, not really babysit, that's the wrong word. Watch her. And it just didn't help or work. So, yeah. And this wasn't the first time. She's done this a few times. So, with everything going on, I just did it. So I was giving my person a shower, and I was also talking to my mom on the phone. I hung up, and I smashed it on the bathroom floor. Something I think was stupid. I've always thought that, smashing your stuff is stupid, especially out of anger, and that's what I did. But there's a point to why I'm even doing this, why I'm posting it on YouTube, because this is my first video of me. So, some perspective. I am the calm, used to be free-spirited, work ethic focused, scholarly type. But anyway, this detour today where I just let it out, it just kind of showed me that, well, for one, this is just an inanimate object, right? And I don't know, it was a bit of more like a metaphor for people. How we can go about our day, go about our lives, pretending to be fine on the outside, but on the inside just burning up. And that goes for everyone. Everyone. I don't know anyone who doesn't have issues, who isn't hurting inside, who isn't suffering. It can go from like losing your innocence, having that taken away from you, losing your freedom, your ability to trust, the right to say no. What about when your safety, your sense of safety is shot, you know? And then all this anxiety and fear in our culture these days, depression. It's like, what do you do? Because when people are trying to reach you, when people are trying to access you, are you just showing them what you want them to see? How are you handling it? I was just watching Grownish, a couple days ago, the most recent episode, and I was so proud of it because it's kind of a big deal for minorities, for everyone. But you know, the discussion about mental health and pursuing the correct, or just in general, outlets to discuss those things, you know, because usually we all like to just keep it under wraps, pretend that we're okay. And my phone is showing me that it's not okay, right? So anyway, the reason I wanted to do this video was to reach out to those people. And the initial goal was to say, hey, there's a better way, right? What I talk to you guys about is the fact that you're not alone. Even when you feel like it, even when there's like no one that you can depend on, like where I'm at right now. There's always a way out. There's always a way through. And just don't give up. And that's not the only reason I'm doing this. So as I was saying, a better way. The Bible. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Before I lose all my viewers, honestly, that's the whole reason why I'm doing this video. Okay. I'm gonna give you a brief summary. I grew up in the church since I was 5. Okay. I met a boy when I was 13. Okay. And I pretty much fell away. That's the best way to put it. Christianity, you know. And my mom was so strict about it that, I don't know, I just got turned off anyway. Now, 26. All that time, from 13 to 26, half a life for me right now, I did have a lot of questions, you know. Going backwards, it was like, you know, why creation and not evolution? What proof is there of Jesus? What proof is there of the Bible? Is it really just man-made? You know, all these different things that you wonder about. I don't feel like going into all the questions because I can't really think of any right now, but I had a lot of them. And I would do the research on them to, you know, I guess, figure out the right way, or what way works best for me, which initially was just living my life and enjoying it, until I realized that that wasn't enough. Not for me anyway. You know, if it works for you, it works for you. But this past year has been eye-opening. Okay, so in my case, God exists. I don't feel like having a whole discussion. I mean, I can in the comments, but right now I'm not going to do it in the video, about why I came to that conclusion. I also believe that He hears prayers, and in my case, I do pray every day. and not on my knees. I also don't pray over my food. I don't really pray before bed unless I feel the need to. I pray when I need to talk to someone. And, I have my friends, I have my family, but there's a difference because it's like getting in touch with my creator, the one who knows me better than anyone else possibly could, more than I know myself. So that's why I do it. And it's changed everything. And it's not just because it's some like cathartic way to not just to vent, to express the stresses of life, but things actually change when I do pray. My life has changed completely from November when I started to now, which is August. No, August is coming up next week. Point is, my life is better. It's not perfect. It's still chaotic, apparently, since I broke my own phone. Something I never thought I'd ever do because it's the stupidest thing. I can't even get over it. The point is, I'm gonna be, I guess, starting a series about I'm not even sure yet. I don't know if it's going to be about prayer or about life experience, because I've been through a few things. But this is the opening segment. And this is for people who view themselves as irreparable, damaged, broken, a bunch of synonyms for the same thing. For the depressed, for the anxious, for the frustrated, for the really stressed. I'm hoping that we can all take a journey together, a life journey, and open the floor for discussion. Anyway, I will see you in the next video, and hopefully this goes well.